honor and George Gordon presiding.
Thank you. You may be seated. Good afternoon. We're here in the case of State versus Harris. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, and your tables aren't marked, and in court, we don't always know where the prosecution and the defense is. Prosecution? That side. Defense? Gotcha. Okay, and I don't know your names, so it would be helpful to me when you stand up to either ask a question or make an argument if you would tell me what your names are, so that I can address you by names instead of simply calling you or counsel. Okay? Does that work for you all?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, we'll hear an opening statement from the prosecution. Good afternoon, Madam Prosecutor.
Yes, Your Honor. May it please the court, my name is Ash Shaguna and I represent the prosecution.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Ugona. Can you all hear her? Okay.
In this case, you are being asked two questions. First, did the defendant Taylor Spike Harris commit a robbery when he walked into the Quick and Easy store and took 2 cartons of cigarettes without paying for them while carrying a gun? Second, did he resist arrest when he struggled with police officers who were trying to arrest him? The prosecution will prove to you that he committed both of these. First, regarding the robbery, you will hear from Alex Johnson, the clerk of the Quick and Easy, that Spike barged into the store, pushed past all the customers, and demanded that Mr. Johnson give him cigarettes now. He also said, "Give me everything you've got." Mr. Johnson will testify that he saw Spike reach for the gun in his waistband, and so Mr. Johnson gave him 2 cartons of cigarettes because he feared for his life. You will hear Mr. Johnson say he begged Spike not to hurt him. You will also hear from a customer, Logan Harper, that he also feared for his life, so he hid behind some shelves to protect himself. Finally, you will hear from the prosecution's witnesses that Spike was short on money on the date he took the cigarettes from the Quick and Easy store, and that he left the store with the 2 cartons of cigarettes without paying for them. Regarding the crime of resisting arrest, you'll hear from Officer Weston. Officer Weston will testify that when he and his partner, Officer Banks, tried to arrest Spike, Spike hit his hand away. Spike also ran into Officer Banks. While Spike told the officers that he believed he was innocent, that does not matter because the law says that innocence is not a defense to resisting arrest. Therefore, based on all of the evidence, the prosecution will prove to you that Spike robbed a convenience store and then resisted arrest.
Thank you, Ms. Ugona. Anything further for the prosecution at this time? No? May I hear from the defense?
May it please the court. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my name is Beth, and today I will be representing the defense side in the case. As you will hear on December 22nd at the Quick and Easy store around 2 a.m., Spike will tell you he had just gotten out of work and had been working all day. He walked up to the store and asked the clerk for 2 packs of cigarettes. When Spike went to reach for his wallet, the clerk started freaking out, saying, "Don't hurt me," and just take them. When Spike had left, 2 officers showed up and arrested him. We will hear from 3 witnesses today. Our first witness is Mackenzie Turner, and she will tell you she was sitting out on her porch and saw a young woman being arrested. Our next witness is Chris Lansing, and he will tell you that he has known Spike all her life and that Spike would never do anything. Our last witness is Spike Harris, and she'll tell you anything a normal person would. I didn't do anything. There is a chance that there was a misunderstanding, but proving with that beyond reasonable doubt, you shouldn't arrest Spike because it was not intentionally a robbery. Now, Spike shouldn't be charged with resisting arrest because the definition of force does not meet the standards of Spike, what he did when he pushed the officer's hand away. At the conclusion of my trial, my co-counsel will try and will come before you and ask that you find Spike not guilty. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You ready to call your first witness?
Yes, Your Honor. Prosecution calls.
You need to use a more outside voice so that I can hear you. I'm guessing they can't, and you need to persuade them. It's
Yes,
okay, take a real big deep breath.
The prosecution calls Alex Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, Ms. Johnson. Come on forward. You're going to swear in the witness? You going to ask her to put her left hand in the Bible or just to raise her right hand?
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You may be seated.
May it please the court, my name is Rose Torres, and I represent the prosecution.
Thank you, Ms. Torres. You can question the witness.
State your name for the record.
Alex Johnson.
Where do you work?
I work as a clerk at the Quick and Easy store.
Do you work the morning or the night shift?
I work the night shift.
Have you always worked the night shift?
No, it was my first time after the store had been robbed last week.
Has there been any robberies in the Quick and Easy?
Yes.
Did anybody get injured?
Yes, he was a friend of mine. He had got shot in the arm.
What were you doing on December 22nd?
I was working at the store when a mean-looking man walked in and pushed past all of the...
I can't hear you. I'm
I'm
sitting right
sorry.
next to you. It's okay. Slow down. Do you have a little brother or a little sister? Can they hear you when you talk to them?
Yeah.
Pretend that you're trying to make me understand what you make
Okay.
your little brother or little sister understand. Loud.
I was working at the store when a mean-looking man walked in. He pushed past all the people in line and yelled, "Give me cigarettes now." I could see he had a gun in his waistband.
So, at 2 a.m. in the morning, did a man come into the Quick and Easy?
Yes.
Can you give me a brief description of the defendant?
He was mean-looking and he wore a leather jacket with spikes.
Is the man you described in the courtroom?
Yes.
Your Honor, let it be noted in this record that the witness has identified the defendant.
Who is the defendant? Can you point him out?
No, I don't know which one he is.
She knows who the defendant is, but she's not 100.
Well, he's right there.
He's over there.
Yeah.
Ask him Joyce. Go ahead, Ms. Torres. I'm sure you have questions.
Did you know him?
No.
Tell me what happened.
I asked him what kind of cigarettes he wanted, and he yelled, "Give me everything you've got." I went, and he reached for his gun. I was really scared, so I told him not to hurt me and grabbed 2 cartons of cigarettes for him. I could see that he was pulling the gun out of his waistband, so I told him to take the cigarettes, but please don't hurt anyone. I went to grab more cigarettes, but when I turned back around, he was running out of the store with 2 cartons. I called the cops and told them what happened and gave them a description of him. Not long after, 2 cops brought the man back and asked if he was the person who robbed the store. I said yes.
After he yelled, "Give me everything you've got," what did you do?
I'm sorry, what did he yell? I didn't hear what he yelled.
So, after he yelled, "Give me everything you've got," what did he do?
He reached for his gun, and then I gave him the cigarettes and he ran out the store
Why did you duck behind the counter?
because I was scared.
What did the defendant do afterwards?
He ran out the store.
So,